Duddits is awesome. That's played by
Donnie
Wahlberg, and I just love when he busts in the door and he's like, "Doobie doo, we got some things to do." Like, I love it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is October 28th, our 28th episode of our 31 Days of Halloween here on the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today, because today we're talking about a Stephen King story, a movie that is kind of loved and kind of hated, but I love it a lot, and I remember this movie very well, and I just was glad to rewatch it. I don't. Have you seen this before?
I have not.
Okay, we're talking about Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is a really interesting movie. If you like sci-fi, this is a really cool ride. It's definitely in the mix of between super cheesy but like also really great, like early 2000s just sci-fi. I like this movie. So yeah. Tell us what you thought.
I thought this was a great movie. It has a star-studded cast in it. We have Donnie Wahlberg, Tom Sizemore, Timothy Olyphant, Jason Lee, Thomas Jane, and Morgan Freeman. So we have a star-studded cast in here, and I liked the acting in this movie was really well done. I also liked the alien and all the effects in this movie. How it was presented was really well done, and this whole story about these kids, and it's always set in Maine because it's Stephen King.
Yep.
Yeah. And how the flashbacks were presented was also really well done in this movie. So we have a set of boys, and they have a friend named Duddits. And they meet Duddits because he's being bullied.
Yep.
And after they run the bullies off, but I think they already had a connection, or Duddits was using his powers to or gave them special gifts to fend these bullies off. And then they have a really special connection afterwards, and they keep that connection until they're older and grown up. And you see how their connection is like, I think one of them, I think it's Jonesy's kind of like he's like the museum or the archivist person.
Yeah.
Because you can see nice shots. There's like a window of him looking out into the world. And I always thought that was really cool. But yeah, these guys, they're trying to reconnect, and they go to this cottage, and apparently during this time it was winter, right? And it was snowing. To just I think just to get away.
Yeah.
And
just a boys trip.
Yeah. And so once they go on this trip, things start unwinding. We have this random hunter in the woods or something. He has lost his way. He makes his way to the cabin, and I believe Jonesy and
Beaver.
Yep. So they take him in, and they notice this guy isn't feeling good, and they notice something about his chest and stomach. Later, he goes into the bathroom, this guy, and he says, "I'm sick." And they go into the bathroom, and this guy is bleeding all over the floor, and he has some sort of parasite that escapes into the toilet, and Jason Lee sits on the toilet while Jonesy goes to get some duct tape to tape it, and for some reason he was asphyxiated on the toothpick on the ground.
Yeah, I think the toothpicks act as his comfort in like anxious situations. So I think that's what that was playing off of, because you can tell that clearly all of these characters, all of these guys have like a little bit of just like social issues. So like you can see that for Beaver, that was his like comfort thing. As they all each individually do. And then at the same time that this is happening, we also have Thomas Jane and Timothy Oliphant's characters out in the woods, figuring out their own problem that they run into because they find a woman who's frozen, who's been looking for her husband. Right? Wasn't she?
Yeah,
looking
she's looking for the
for
husband that made their way to the cabin
yeah,
where Jason Lee and Jonesy were.
yeah. So there's a whole bunch of things going on right there, and then we also get another side act that is Morgan Freeman, who is the head of a secret operation out in the wilds of Maine here. Um, and I think at this point in the movie, this is kind of where it all kind of starts like unveiling itself. I'd say like a third in the movie is before, like, that's when it really starts to kind of like start unfolding. You start seeing what's happening. There is he is overseeing an invasion of extraterrestrials in this area. So, and he is trying to contain it, because it is a quarantine zone at the moment, because these aliens are kind of
These parasites, some
Parasites.
mentions, and you see the parasite for the first time when it comes out, and it develops into an actual in alien form with the parasite, and it takes Jonesy over.
Yep.
And but Jonesy still has control of his body based on his ability that Duds gave him.
Yeah, so Jonesy's able to hide his consciousness still within his body, in his mind. And it's I think it's really cool. It's really clever because at the same it's almost fun at the same time. This movie, as scary as it can be, it's also has this very like lighthearted tone to it. Which I really personally enjoyed a lot. And you get this interaction between the one of the worms and Jonesy, in his own head, where he's like trying to figure out how to stop this, or how to at least tell his friends what's going on, as the worm is kind of like stalking him in his own mind. And they switch their personalities. He's got like this British personality. The worm does. He like talks very like proper English. And then you have Jonesy, who's just regular. Like,
yeah, and while he's in his head, you see him as the archivist. Like, you get that perspective, which is really well shot. I thought was really cool. Also, I like the cuts in this movie because it's Lawrence Kasdan.
Yeah.
Lawrence Kasdan's been doing cuts like that since Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I knew it was him because he does that. He knows for his cuts like that. But yeah, it's cool. These powers are really cool. Like Pete, which is Timothy Oliphant's character, he has like a sonar, like he can find people.
Yeah.
And
can find what he's looking for.
And then Henry, which is Thomas Jane's character, he can read people's minds.
Mhm.
And he reads one of the soldiers' minds, and he gets him to help him find him, which is Owen, I think his name is. That's Tom Sizemore's character.
Yeah.
We get this movement to the final act of this movie where they go pick up Duds.
Yeah, they need him.
They need him to figure this out. They get him, and they make their way, because basically Jonesy, the alien, which is ideally the whole time his name is Mr. Gray.
Yeah.
So Mr. Gray wants to pollute the water system, so he wants to like obviously infect the human race and with these parasites, and probably take over Earth. So we have this cool final act at the end, and we see I don't know if there's this theory in my head, is Duds actually an alien that was here living, and his sole purpose was to protect the human race from Mr. Gray, because he says Mr. Gray all the time in the movie. So both kind of had that connection once we got to the end act, and he stops Mr. Gray. He absorbs him or something like that, or just takes him over. And then we have this little worm that tries to get into the water system, and then Jonesy's back and he kills it, and that's really how the movie ends. I thought this movie was great.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's very fun. And like I said, it's borderline horror, borderline like just quirky comedy at the same time. It's kind of like Slither. I know you haven't seen that before, but like for those of you who have like it's kind of like that kind of realm of vibe it's got going. Yeah, Duddits is awesome. That's played by
Donnie
Wahlberg, and I just love when he busts in the door and he's like, "Doobie doo, we got some things to do." Like I love it. Yeah, no, Dreamcatcher is a film that I've seen several times, and I'm happy I got to rewatch it. So, and I'm happy Anthony got to watch it for the first time.
because this was a great watch.
So yeah, let's see what the ratings are. I personally give this movie like a 4.5 out of 5. I don't think it's perfect, but on an enjoyable scale, I love it. I don't think it does anything like too crazy, but it, like Anthony said, like the cuts are great. Like this movie has really fun storytelling, and I really like it in a personal opinion. I know this movie isn't like highly rated on like critically critically acclaimed platforms. I know it's like sitting at like a 5.5 on IMDb and like a 20 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes, if something like that. But I personally love this, and this is another movie that always came on the FX channel for me, so I tend to like those. What would you give this movie?
I'm right alongside you. This movie's a 4.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just like Lawrence Kasdan, how he did his cuts, and we knew it was him, and he did a really good job directing this film, I thought. And I think the acting's fair. I think it's just overall just a fair movie.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so that brings us to the last part of our episode today, which is the fun facts. So we got the fun facts for Dreamcatcher. Stephen King sold the movie rights for $1.
Wow. Wow.
Thomas Jane starred in the film because his mother, was a big fan of Stephen King and told him to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Which,
mother knows best, right?
I mean, he eventually goes on to be in The Mist also. So,
yeah.
Lawrence Kasdan admitted the film's failure had wounded his career, later preventing him from getting 2 films produced. Rough.
Ouch.
I thought it was great, man. The main characters hail from Derry, Maine, a fictional small town that neighbors Castle Rock, the setting of many other Stephen King stories. Derry was also the setting of it.
Yep.
So I love the way he ties it all. Like, it's just so fun. Stephen King's original novel is 570 pages long. It was the first book he wrote after his near fatal road accident.
Oh, did not know that.
This film was the 3rd film William Goldman adapted from a Stephen King novel. The others were Hearts in Atlantis and Misery.
Cool.
The flashback scene where the boys first meet Duddits is from the Stephen King film It, which also takes place in Derry.
Yeah, I kind of saw that.
Yeah, you get this storm drain, the girl gets lost, the missing Duddits is wearing the yellow jacket, raincoat, like, yeah. When Mr. Gray talks to Jones, the poem he alludes to is Robert Frost's Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Despite top billing, Morgan Freeman does not appear until 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, he does appear late, doesn't he?
The character of Colonel Kurtz in the novel was changed to Colonel Curtis for the movie, so the audience would not think it was a reference to Apocalypse Now. So That's funny.
That is funny.
Stephen King admitted that he wrote the original novel on which the film is based just to take his mind off of the pain he was experiencing recovering from his near fatal car accident, to which he attributes the pain and gory details in the story.
Ah,
Seventh, and as of 2020, last Stephen King adaptation to be produced by Castle Rock Entertainment, and the eighth involving Rob Reiner. The others were Stand By Me, Misery, Needful Things, The Shawshank Redemption, Dolores Claiborne, The Green Mile, and Hearts in Atlantis.
Needful Things. That was an interesting movie.
I don't think I've seen that actually.
It's good. As I remembered it. Might have to go rewatch it. We might change our views on it now, but yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. And let's do one more. Thomas Jane was in 3 Stephen King movies. He was first in this movie, Dreamcatcher, and he would later go on to star in 1922 and in The Mist. So yeah. All right, that is going to be it for our fun facts for today's episode. There's a lot of fun facts for all of these, just in case you guys are ever curious. I get most of my fun facts off of IMDb, so you can always go on there to read more fun facts. So also, yeah, thank you so much for watching and keeping up with us. Day 28, we've got 3 more movies to go. So that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, we're almost to the end of the 3rd annual 31 Days of Halloween. I can't believe it.
Yes. So stick around. Yeah, we got stuff to talk about for sure. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. Help us out. Go over to patreon.com/CalvinCam. Join one of our tiers. Help us out over there. It really, really does. And if you also would like to follow us on our Instagram and TikTok pages, that would be awesome. We're growing our community over there as well, and it helps out tremendously. So, yeah, we'll look forward to chatting with you on other platforms, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's episode.
We'll see you then.